don't. Okay. I've been wanting to talk about this for a little bit. This is low-key serious, but whatever. It's okay. Let me just get on with this. So I was in Denver the other day, um, and I was at the Starbucks, and then I left the Starbucks, and I was approached by two people. They had a little vendor thing outside, and they were kind of promoting. I'm very ignorant in this topic, so please don't kill me or kill me if you want. Um, they were not advertising. Oh, how do you say this? They were making people aware of just suicide amongst kids and teens, and I was like, first of all, wow, heavy. Just got a coffee, but it is good to have awareness. Good, it's good, it's good. Okay. I have a lot of dark humor in me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mm, okay. Let's see. Back to what I was talking about. So they were talking about how like cyberbullying is a big thing and yada yada. Cool, cool. Like cyberbullying has always been kind of a thing, but man, like it's kind of crazy hearing about 13-year-olds killing themselves because of someone said online or someone commented on something or texting or instant messaging, blah blah blah, all that mess. And I'll admit, I am an old person. I'm an old school person when it comes to that topic. I'm not really an old school person when it most things, but when it comes to cyberbullying, I always kind of had the view of like, just turn it off, like turn your phone off, or like I sound such like a 50-year-old when I say these things, but like that's what I always kind of thought. Like just kind of like, yeah, just turn your phone off. Just don't post anything. Don't get on those apps. Um, but I had the realization that day that cyberbullying is extremely real. And I just had to kind of rewire my brain because I just have heard so many years about it. And it makes somewhat sense because these kids are growing up in a phone world, in a world like my generation is the last of being in a world without constant um, connection to somebody. Like we could text anybody we wanted. We couldn't text anybody we wanted until like the seventh grade. No, what am I trying to say? Like junior high was the first time where we could text people or like get messages across, and even then it was like fun to us. I I've been talking to people just like, man, we were really just in junior high and high school just texting each other for fun, like hello, hi, how are you doing? Doing good. How about you? Oh, nothing much. I'm about to go to lunch. Like we were just texting, just random people, just because it was fun to us. It was texting. We didn't think anything of it, but in this world, I'm not even like the Gen Z, like even like what do you even call it? What's the next generation? Um, I don't know. That are in the 12 years old to 16 years old range right now. Um, their world thrives off comments on Instagram, TikTok, um, Twitter, not so much, Facebook, not so much, but it's weirdly Snapchat's still popular for some reason in that world, but it's weirdly, man, I feel so old talking about this, but it's just how they communicate. I don't like, I guess they just don't think of anything else because cyberbullying was not really a thing until like last decade, which I think my generation wasn't really cared for it so much because most of us were the generation where we just throw the phone away or we would just stop communicating. with that person. But I don't know. It's I'm still needing to learn. I'm sure I sound kind of weird and ignorant when I'm talking about this, but I'm fine with it. But it's intriguing, just the fact how much that the generation of the kids born in the late 2000s really rely, or in the mid 2000s, really rely on that type of communication. I don't know. So it's more of a serious situation because it's more prevalent, it's more popular because yeah, and honestly, I'm kind of not honestly with me personally, I kind of have like a theory going on um of the kids from like 7 years old to 12 years old right now that are kind of growing up in this COVID world where the physical touchness and the physical tangible aspects of certain things are very less, like extremely, like it's exponentially has grown or has lessened the just the physical aspect of life, especially with Zooms, divided desk. I've seen highlights of things on the news where, like, the typical desk of having four desks attached to each other in groups, but now there's like glass in between. And I'm like, geez, man, like that is that's crazy to me. Like it's crazy seeing that. Like I'm not supposed to be feeling that old yet. But I was like, wow, like they really are not getting like physical aspects right now. And of course, they're leaning going to lean more into technology. And I think this is going to happen with every generation, of course. But I think right now, with the 6 to 12 year olds, right now, they are experiencing it even more now, like exponentially, because of just this world right now, just very clean, which is great and all. But we're some aspects are going to even be even cleaner, like really almost too clean in ways to where the world's like the generations growing up are going to be very communicative on technology. And all that to be said, I kind of rewired my brain thinking like, okay, cyberbullying is a real deal, it's a real thing. So that's all. That's I had that revelation the other day. I was like, okay, let me stop saying like when if someone asks me like how to like, oh, you need to Shiloh, how would you fix the cyberbullying problem amongst teens? Usually I would say, oh, put down the phone. But kids don't know how to put down the phone. The concept of that doesn't communicate to them. So with that being said, you have to communicate to that generation in a more relatable way. Maybe I don't know. And those are the answers we need to find to reduce cyberbullying. So vote me. I don't know. It was just kind of a thing that I kind of knew I was being a little ignorant about it, but like maybe not, maybe to reduce the ignorance, whatever. Again, I don't have any conclusion about that topic. I'm just kind of here discussing it. Just to discuss things. I don't really have conclusion on most things because I'm still learning. I don't think you should have conclusions on most things. You're always supposed to be continually learning and all that. All that good stuff. All right, back to being mellow. We got to be a mellow podcast. I promised it was gonna be a mellow podcast, and I lied. We're already talking about Sky Jackson and cyberbullying. I don't like it. All right. Okay.